Okay, hear this.
Yabo!
Yabo! Today we're talking about Prempeh the first. Nana Kwekudria the third. Today, my brother, my sister, we are about to tell you history that will blow your mind. It's the Ghana History Month, and it's all about Ghana. Today is the turn of Prempeh the first. Hey! Ampaya Ebeja. Now Prempeh the first, and Prempeh is spelled P-R-E-M-P-E-H. Prempeh the first was born on the 18th day of December, exactly 1 week before Christmas, in 1870. That was when he was born. Oh my God, have mercy. That was when he was born, the 18th day of December in 1870. And my producer is going to put out the photograph of Prempeh the first, so that you'll get to know exactly who we are talking about today. Now Prempeh the first, my brother, my sister, was originally born Prince Kweku Dua the third Asamu of the Ashanti Empire. In fact, his mother was seen as a witch, one of the most dangerous witches of Ashanti mine. Now, why did they see her as a witch? She was a woman who used violence every time. She did not know any soft language. White people feared her. She slaughtered white people like goats and sheep. And she was believed to have a lot of power. When she spoke, everybody kept quiet, including all the sub-chiefs of Ashanti mine. She was so powerful, my brother, my sister, that nobody dared stand between her and her whims and caprices. She was called Asantehima Yaichia. Asantehima Yaichia. Yaichia is spelled Y-double-A. Chia is A-K-Y-double-A. Asantehima Yaichia. She was a very powerful woman. Now listen, my brother, my sister. And she was also a very tactical woman. Through diplomacy and a lot of tactical moves, she was able to place herself in a very powerful position in the royal family. And all her whims and caprices were met. Whatever she said was agreed to, because she was able to manipulate the royal family to accept almost everything she said. Yaichian, my brother, my sister, on the 18th day of December, she gave birth to Bronyaba. Nana Prempeh the first, my brother, my sister, the 18th day of December in 1870. When the child was born, he looked so handsome. In fact, at birth, a lot of children cried, but he was born smiling. He smiled and smiled and smiled. Oh my God. And Asantehima Yaichia said, "This my child is going to be king of Asante, no matter what." Obedi Asantehene. And she meant it. Asantehima Yaichia meant it. My brother, my sister, when her son was only 18 years of old age, my God, he became king of Ashanti. He probably was the youngest king ever to rise to the throne of the Otumfu Asantehene. My brother, my sister, how did she do it? Her mother was so powerful, she controlled the army of the Ashanti. Remember, in those days, Ya Asantua was also around. Very powerful woman. Ya Asantua, my brother, my sister, remember, at a point also controlled the whole army of the Ashanti against the British. Before Ya Asantua did that, It was this woman known as Asante Hima Yaichia, very powerful. The white man, the British, feared her. Anytime the British came, she told the whole of Asante Mai that these are people with diseases. They should not be allowed into the land. Our gods hate them. The more they come here, the more they desecrate our land. We do not want them here. This was what Asante Hima Yaichia said. And she made it clear to the British that she was the worst enemy of the people. And that she will slaughter them one after the other if they dare step their dirty feet on Asante Mine. And the British were scared. Yes, scared. See what happened now? When she gave birth to a son on the 18th day of December, she knew that the son was going to be king. Even though there were people who were supposed to be kings before her son, she made sure she exiled Osai Bonsu and the rest of them. My brother, my sister, relegated them to the background and made sure that her own son, at the age of 18, became Asante Hini Otumfuo Prempeh the first. Hey, Nanakwekudua the third, Asamu of Asante Mai. It happened in 1818 when the fresh prince Prempeh ascended the throne using the name Kwekudua the third. Now his kingship was beset by difficulties from the very onset of his reign. He began the defending of Ashanti from the British. And when Prempeh I was asked by the British to accept a protectorate, he told the British right in the face that no. The British came again and said, Nana, we respect you, but please, the Queen of England wants you to be the protectorate of Britain. What does it mean to be a protectorate? In other words, the British will take over the place. Yes, you will still have your kings and queens, but they would be the protectorates. In other words, they would be the owners of the place so that no other foreign force can come in there and usurp the place. But Asante Hini and his mother said, Davida, wait and sit da. Hear what I'm telling you. Hear what I'm telling you, my brother. And see what happened now. They refused. And Asante Hima said, yeah. The British decided to come in there. They sent a man by name Robert Baden-Powell. We all remember Robert Baden-Powell. He became the worldwide scout founder. You know, my brother, my sister, he came over as sent by the Queen of England to go over to Kumasi and subdue the Ashanti people. Hey, when Asante Hini heard that Baden-Powell was coming, he told all these people not to resist the Ashanti because he feared reprisals. And at the same time, he didn't want any bloodshed. His mother also said, hey, Nana Unim, Yankun, we have all the soldiers that can defeat the Ashanti. But Prempeh I said, minim sa pa na mojano. My brother, my sister, that was what it was. And the British came in very, very strongly. But when they came, they did not have anybody resisting them. So they were wondering if the Ashantis were intentionally trying to set a trap for them. They came in. This time round, they came in, and it was the governor, William Maxwell, who arrived in Kumasi alongside Robert Baden-Powell. And then they came to the people, spoke to the people, and they decided to put up a certain resistance because Asante Hima Yaichia did not want the British to enter the place. So she put up a resistance. Immediately she was arrested. The king was also captured. Oh my God. And when the king was captured, that was what it was. This was in 1895 when the whole battle began. They were carried all the way to the island of Seychelles. And they were put on that island There is a small town there which served as the capital called Mahe, right there in Seychelles. 1895. They captured the queen mother and her son and some other people and took them all the way by ship. They went all the way through Takrady, went all the way down to the island of Seychelles, which was a protectorate of the British. When they arrived in Mahe, they left the king there and they dissolved the kingdom of Ashanti. They said it was no longer existent. They dissolved it and it became a total British protectorate. Asante mine was no longer existent. My brother, my sister, this was 1895. 1895. And see what happened later. Now, as the king was away, the Ashantis did not crown any king again. They were planning how they could get their king back. Now, the British annexed the territories of the Ashanti and the Fanti. Even though the British and Fanti were allies, they still went ahead to annex the Fanti areas. In fact, Asantehene Agyeman Prempeh was deposed and arrested. And then he and his mother and some of the Ashanti leaders were taken all the way to Seychelles. Mahe, M-A-H-E, to be very specific. My brother, my sister. And when they arrived very far away from Ashanti mine, now the British had a field day, taking over the whole of the Ashanti Empire and then dissolving the empire and saying that it did not exist anymore. But the Ashantis had a plan. In 1900, 5 solid years after Nana was gone, the British came in again. This time round, they wanted the golden stool. Oh my God. The golden stool they wanted. And the Ashantis had already been told that their power is in the golden stool. Okofu Anochi had told them, and therefore they were not ready to relinquish the powerful golden stool. Here what happened now. They told the British monarchy that the golden stool was not there. They are hiding it in the bush. The British looked for it. Governor Hedgehog also tried to find it. He tried to persuade the leaders to bring it. Hey! It was at that point Ya Asantua got angry and told the Asante men. What did she say? If you men of Asante will not rise and fight for your king, we the women of Asante shall come out and fight for Asante mine. As we sit here, we do not even know where our king is. We don't know what has happened to Prempeh, Agyeman Prempeh. Today, we here are laughing at the jokes that are not funny from the British, as if we have totally sold out our king. We women of Asante shall get up and fight for Asante men. If all you men have developed cold feet, you are all cowards. So the war of the golden stool started. It was known as the Ya Asantua War. Oh my God. The British against the Asante women. Oh my God. The Asante army. Remember, the original Asante army was being trained by Asante Hima Yaichian. Now she had been taken into exile. So Ya Asantua took over. Oh my God. Bullet after bullet. Fire for fire. Fire for fire. Fire for fire. Fire for fire. Finally, Ya Asantua was taken. And she was also taken all the way to Seychelles to reunite with Agyeman Prempeh the First and Asante Hima Yaichian. My brother, my sister, when they arrived and reunited, they were wondering what the rest of the people would be doing at home. Will they still resist the British? Or will the British have a field day? Will they be able to grab the golden stool? In January 1902, Nkrumah was only -7 years young. Britain finally designated Asante as a protectorate. Asante was restored to independence on the 31st day of December in 1935, 32.5 years later. My brother, my sister, this is the African History Club. Today, my brother, my sister, we are telling you a very important history. So Nana Agyemang Prempeh the First was right there inside Seychelles, and there he stayed. The king Asante Prempeh the First once stated, "My kingdom of Asante will never commit itself to any such policy of protection. Asante people and the kingdom of Asante must remain an independent sovereign state as of old, and at the same time be friends with all white men." But the British would not listen to this. My brother, my sister, Prempeh the First died on the 12th day of May in 1931, long after his mother had died. Remember, his mother was his backbone. It was the mother who did all the jingoisms to be able to bring him to power. Asante Hima Yaichia, such a powerful woman, my brother, my sister. Now, this woman, my brother, my sister, died in 1917. 13 years later, her own son also passed on. In fact, and she died in Seychelles. That was where she died. My brother, my sister, today we remember this powerful Asante king. He died at the age of 60. At the age of 60, he died. He was born on the 18th day of December in 1870, and he was born in Kumasi in the Ashanti Empire. He died on the 12th day of May in 1931 at the age of 60. And when he died, he was succeeded by his heir apparent, Prempeh II, as Asante, who, in fact, and when he died, he was buried in Kumasi. He had the opportunity to return to Kumasi. How did he return to Kumasi? It was all because of Robert Baden-Powell, who had started the Scout, and he had written a paper, published about freedom. And remember, the Asante Empire itself became, in fact, independent after the death of Prempeh I on the 31st day of January in 1935. Even though he wanted total independence for the Ashanti Empire, he didn't live long enough to see that true independence of the Ashanti Empire. The Ashanti Empire was without a king. All these years that the king had been taken away, my brother, my sister, from 1895 all the way down, they did not have a king until Nana Prempeh I returned to Asante. And when he returned to Asante, he became a Christian. He was preaching the Bible. And the Asante people were like, Nana Benkrani. Nana, Yanko Kunsana ya Amamrea. Osi Bible. Ebe ni Bible. Yanko Kunsa. Nana piao piao piao. Yankunsa. Asa my fool, yay, yao, yao, wheel, yao, yao, wheel. Sana was a huh? Yao, yao, wheel, yao, yao. That dear Bena, oh yeah, Nana Pa, dear Benny.
Utredian Punyankrum Ponsanio, yeah, Assassin and Sandia, yeah, I am Madame Romania here. Yeah, and Madame Romania as Papa Swa in ya. Yeah, it is Amre Yafa J.H. Hankinson. The good son, I tell me, say, yeah, that's so kaimo. It's Musom Namunio. Yeah, yo, this is the dog so from the death plan. And right now we get to have it.
Oh, yes, yao, yao. But Nana was preaching the Bible. And when he died, Prempeh II took over. Today we remember you, Papa. Why a B? Yeah, Asantewa tried so much to defend him and also to bring him back interestingly, Ya Asantewa was never able to return to Kumasi, but Nana Prempeh did. Do you know why? Nana Prempeh accepted the Bible. He accepted the white man's religion. So the white man knew what was in the Bible would not allow him to become that radical that he was in the days of his mother. My brother, my sister, now that his mother was dead, he would go back to Asante and he would preach the Bible. He would not be able to be that wild radical. Today, my brother, my sister, we remember this king of Asante, one of the youngest to ever ascend the throne. Today we remember him. Papa, it was during his reign that Asante became dissolved. 4 years after he died, Asante gained full independence. Today we remember you, Papa. Unyaminko. Nana bye bye yo. Nana unyaminko. Oko. Nana no. Boko. Boko. Oko. Nana bye bye yo. Oko. 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 Abraham.
This is 3FM.
Are you feeling irate?
Blakk! Rasta rhythm! Rasta rhythm, boy!
Music produced by BBD Music, Faisal Helwani. Adwa. Oh my God, have mercy. Hey, Nana died in 1931. Oh, Nana. Nana Piafo. Unyaminko, Nana. Oh, Nana. Missy Unyaminko. Nana, bye bye. Nana, bye bye, yo. Unyaminko. Nana became the very first Christian Otumfo of Asante. Oh, Nana. Unyaminko wate. Oh, Nyame. Oh, Nana. In the burden of knowledge, I ask you now that you know what to do. Be an any leya mini obafe. Yezunda kagane mezaka yini. Ye ampa bango bokaya nang. Fifia ye nyanu kaina wo. Bana ehu. Ebeden. Lele yanjima singa bekone. Lele yanjima singa beri. Oh, Nana. And we have been rolling photographs of Nana Prempeh the First. Even whilst he was in Mahe, he carried himself as king. In fact, he wore the traditional Asante wear. And here you can see the king of Asante with his attendants. They still gave him the honor that he deserved, even in a foreign land. Oh my God, they still called him Nana. Look at him. Later he decided to wear shirts and coats after he had accepted Christianity. And when he came home, the people at home were not ready to really accept him as king, even though they were happy to see him. He continued to preach. He preached and preached until he died in 1931. My brother, my sister, he died at the age of 60 on the 12th day of May in 1931. And he was succeeded by Nana Prempeh the Second. May his body, mind, and soul rest in perfect peace as we remember him today.
To glory, Papa mula ho, mama mula ho.